Hello, good day, and welcome to Lena Media TV editorial. I am Victoria, broadcasting from Canada. Sudan witnessed surge in lawlessness, especially by men in uniform. 17 dead after armed group attack in Sudan, Jabal. Djibouti shows signs of recovery, but challenges remain. 20 trucks food item, 3 trucks forward to head to Mikkel via Samira. Bringing you this in detail after the short break. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back from that short break. Now news in detail. Khartoum and the state are witnessing a steady increase in lawlessness, which is represented in killing during armed robberies, robbing of people on the street at gunpoint, and the theft at medical institutions, shops, and homes. People in Khartoum reported that most of the perpetrators of lawlessness incidents were military uniforms. In an interview with today's Sudan Torn Radio, journalist Dura Dangba explained that the current military corps authorities have throughout the pre-corps period acquired freedom with no government control and thus insecurity by creating events of lawlessness. They want that democracy had freedom led to chaos. She explained that now the military authorities are unable to curb the power of gangs again after seizing power in the October 25th coup. Garbo attributed to the lawlessness of military forces, to defensive training in security institutions, and to the low salaries. At the moment, gas stations closed at 8 p.m. in Khartoum because of robberies by men in military or security uniforms. Gabo further pointed out that the variety of intelligence and security forces, including the Rapid Support Forces, the Sudan Armed Forces, the General Intelligence Services, the police, and other security forces led to a state of chaos and to the distribution of vehicles without license plate carrying forces. Gambo expects the current situation to continue until the coup regime is overthrown. Moving on to the next story, 17 dead after armed group attack in Sudan in Jabal. Khartoum, Sudan, at least 17 people have been killed and 4 villages burned down this week in the cold-rich Jabal Moon Mountain area of Sudan after attack by what is believed to be the government-linked militia known locally as the Janjaweed, witness told Al Jazeera. Among those killed on Monday were 3 workers with Darfur-based human rights monitors who had been on a mission assessing the human rights situation in the area after similar incident in the past. The area near the western border with Chad is inhabited mostly by Arab and non-Arab communities who have for years witnessed repeated attacks by predominantly Arab armed groups. All these groups are believed to be affiliated with the Janjaweed, a name that persists when people speak of the group that is now the Rapid Support Forces. The group of fierce Arab fighters rose to prominence in 2003 during the Darfur War, mobilized by former strongman President Omar al-Bashir to fight non-Arab rebels. In 2013, al-Bashir renamed the group the RSF under the leadership of Mohammed Hamdan Daglo, or Hemeti, who is now deputy head of the country's transitional military government. Some residents say authorities have been involved cutting off communications across West Darfur capital and Guinea during every attack on Jambamun. Other observers say that believe the armed groups might be operating without the knowledge of high-ranking government officials like Hemeti. There have been 7 attacks in the area by armed groups since last November, leading to the death of hundreds of people. The repeat of the incident showed that the government do not care about the people, their lack of will to implement the law, and to stop the perpetrators. Abdullah Sejon, a West Darfur-based political analyst, told Al Jazeera. There are now economic and security consequences. All roads leading to Jabal Moon are closed down for security reasons, and people are really struggling. Many of them have become refugees, Sejon said. According to witnesses, To mark the incident, Jabal was attacked by gunmen in 10 pickup trucks with RSV plate. Some Guinean came to horses and motorbikes and were carrying artillery and anti-aircraft weapons. Adam, a 32-year-old tech worker and a head of the youth organization in Select Country, also explained what really happened. Moving on to the next story, Djibouti shows signs of recovery, but challenges remain. Constructions and public works are expected to remain in the main drivers of Djibouti economic growth, according to the first edition of the World Bank Djibouti Economic Monitor. The Winter 2021 edition is the first in series of semi-annual reports aimed at analyzing development trends and constraints in Djibouti. Titled Navigating Through the Pandemic and Regional Tension, the report provides an update on the country's recent economic development and macroeconomic outlook. Djibouti economic with a project growth of 5.1% compared to a decade-low growth rate of 0.5% in 2020. The economic rebound, however, suffered from all fall in demand from Ethiopia's logistics services during the second half of 2021. The report outlines how inflation rose to 2.6% in October 2021, driven by the pass-through of higher international commodity prices and demand-side pressure resulting from the recovery. Public finances are expected to remain under pressure. The overall fiscal deficit increased to 1.6% of GDP in 2021 from 0.5% in 2019. The current account is estimated to have turned from a surplus for 11.6% of GDP in 2020 to a deficit of 1% of GDP in 2021, as the growth in import of goods and services is expected to outpace export. However, Djibouti participation in the G20 debt service suspension initiative provided budget buffers in 2020 and 2021 by reducing financial need. Moving on to the last story, 20 trucks food item, 3 trucks forward to head to Mikel via Samira. At Addis Ababa, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs said that 20 trucks loaded with food items and 3 trucks carrying forward tankers have started moving from Samira, Alpha State, to Mikel, the capital of Tigray State. Although the ministry statement said that trucks were already rolling as of today, credible sources close to the matter inform Addis Standard that the trucks were ready and will start rolling to Mikel as of tomorrow. The ministry further said that the number of trucks heading to Tigray on a daily basis will soon be 40 to maximize humanitarian reach and address basic needs in the region. In addition, 70 humanitarian partners got approval to transport medicine, including vaccine, medical items, and nutritional supplies to the Tigray region as of March 16, 2022. The statement said, the announcement came as 8 organizations, including the UN and 8 partners, sounded the alarm this week that, despite the airlifting of medical and nutritional supplies, since January, access to health remains minimal, particularly in rural areas where lack of water has impacted the distribution of medicines. Dr. Tedros Adhanom, Director General of the World Health Organization, told the press on 16th March said the WHO and its partners have rendered 95 metric tons of supply to the Wharton blockade Tigray, but no permission has been given yet. In a statement issued this afternoon, the government denied accusation, updates on humanitarian assistance to the Tigray region. The federal government of Ethiopia has been playing constructive roles in facilitating the smooth movement of humanitarian trucks along the Alpha route to address the humanitarian needs of Tigray region. Accordingly, today, 20 trucks loaded with food items and 3 trucks carrying forward tankers have started moving from Samira to Mikel. In addition, 70 humanitarian partners got approval to transport medicines, including vaccines, and items and nutritional supply to Tigray region. It also to be recalled that the attacks have been escalated to 5 wards of the Kilbati Rizu zone of the Alpha region state and displaced more than 300,000 people. It needs to be noted that 43 trucks loaded with food items were also kept stranded as Sedo 38 came away from Samira. However, apart from the rigorous effort and decision made today, the government of Ethiopia once again reiterates its commitment to address the humanitarian need in Tigray region through creating and maximizing a conducive working environment for all partners and boosting island in air transport to the region. The government of Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, however, believe that no strings should be attached in protecting the right and satisfying the humanitarian needs of our people and expecting a similar commitment from all actors to let aid keep on flowing to the people. The international community also is expected to put adequate weight to sufficient address and relevant concern. This is where I end the editorial on Alena Media TV. I am Victoria and thanks for watching.